The number one thing that I always say when people say, what do you look for in other people's scripts, is specificity.
Yes, it is definitely harder to pitch comedy over Zoom.
It's about putting your ego aside so everyone can kind of make this thing that is like bigger than all of us.
The most important connections of all are lateral, right? So they're your friends. They're this class right here.
I think it's less about thinking about what would be marketable or like what's popular or what would people want to watch. But usually I just ask myself, well, what do I want to watch? And if I want to watch it, well, then maybe one other person will want to watch it. And I think because there's so much TV, to me, the only way to cut through the noise is to write something that is really personal. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's autobiographical. But when I say personal, I just mean that it's something that you're passionate about. When people sit down to read, when I say people, I mean like network executives and managers and agents and things like that. All they want is to read something that is like amazing. It's okay for something to be like a niche story. I literally feel like there's room for any type of story to be written now, and it's just really about what you care about and what interests you. And I think if it interests you a lot, you'll feel it on the page when you write it, and also when someone reads it. And I think that makes them more likely to want to buy it.
A lot of the times it's just chemistry.
For sure, yeah. Well, and I mean, like it can be hard enough for Ashley and I, who have been working together for a very long time now, to know exactly what each other is talking about, because really you are sort of like an aggregate of your influences. And, you know, we've seen so many things together and you know, are so like have like such a similar taste. We still like sometimes can't contextualize things properly. And so like I sometimes think that chemistry is just, you know, the director in my head is not the right director for the idea that you pitched. The idea could be great, but it's just like, you know, Spielberg doing a Raging Bull is going to be a weird movie.
You know when an episode is working if the jokes are landing because people are laughing. And so it's very good to, you know, hear those jokes out loud at a table read. But at this one, I remember that the emotional beats seemed to be landing as well, and feeling pretty relieved about that and pretty good about where the episode was headed. The best episodes are the ones where our cast really gets to shine from like an emotional perspective, and you learn something new about our characters.
It'll enliven your pitch, right? If you're passionate, if you care about your story. It's so important, I think, like, you know, for each of us who feels like we're not seeing something of ourselves represented on screen, that's your story. Don't wait for someone else to tell it.